welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United director of the channel for United and football fans globally. Today we have our panel who are ready to go with a lot of things happening to Man United and football, the world in general, as we are in this international break. Joining us today from UK is Vim, the analyst. Vim, welcome on, bro.
Hey guys, how you all doing?
All right. Representing the US crew, we have Houston Red Army, Joe the Soul Man, the positive one.
Yeah, what up?
And the one and only, the controversial, the guy who says United will not be winning no titles under this Glazer leadership. We welcome Bemsy. Welcome to the show, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? What's
right. People, viewers, fans all over the world, Man United, Sir Jim has literally started to step into the United sheets. First of all, getting rid of Richard Arnold and saying there's going to be more Claire out there going to be. He likes... Maybe he's this hype. Is he just saying this for the media? He says he's ready to get rid of. He's going to start. There's going to be a new United. But talk is cheap. Vim, start us off. Sir Jim, Ineos, looking ready to shape this United team. Like they got the 20% they want. They're ready for the sports side. Is this all bullshit or can he do it? Vim. Are you there?
Faux pas.
You good now?
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, once the deal is ratified, you know, it's a lot of money to invest into a sports team.
Right.
It's probably one of his biggest investments to date.
Right.
I know he's had some difficulties with Nice and the Sky. What was it, cycling team? But he's also an investor in Mercedes F1 team,
yes,
which had good success under Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
And he's had some other investments which have also gone well. So it's a mixed bag with him. But what he's done, and I think this will be something that works in his favor, is that he when the director or CEO of PSG left, Jean-Claude Blanc, he hired him to take care of the Ineos sporting portfolio.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you know much about him, but he's achieved a hell of a lot.
A lot. I'm very impressed. I saw his resume. Yeah. His CV is really good.
Yeah. So he basically brought Juventus back from the dead when they were relegated. And he also turned around PSG and won around 50 trophies over a 12-year period. So he oversaw all of that. He brokered some amazing deals. He basically made PSG a bigger brand than it ever could be. Obviously, we've got that brand already, but he knows the marketplaces to tap into. He brought PSG into the digital world. You know, nobody wanted to buy PSG tops.
They were just a regular French side. We're just like, okay, they're all right. But he changed it.
Yeah, but people go out there. People want to buy PSG tops. It's a fashionable item, and that's because of his work that he put into the brand. But he's brokered so many deals. He's a people person. He knows how to broker deals. He goes out and meets people in positions of power, and he does a lot of good work for the clubs he's at. And so he's turned down the fortunes of 2 big clubs, and I think he will do some good for us if he's appointed CEO, which is very, very likely under Ineos ownership. So that's my take on it.
Right. I mean, from what the papers are saying, from what I've said, I think Sir Jim is kind of trying to get rid of the old infrastructure. Because if you look at the Richard Arnold, what has Richard Arnold really done prior to Man United? He's been in the club 15 years. Well, he was part of the Woodward package. Apart from there's nothing we could say, okay. These were just appointments made internally just to, it was like an old boys club. You know what I mean? But now we're getting somebody who's, look at his resume, look at his CV, like, oh, this guy has really done something. Juventus were literally on their knees. The club was relegated for bribery scandals. He turned it around, Can he do that to United? That looks like he can do it, Joe, what's your take on this new guy, Jean-Claude Blanc?
To be honest, never heard of the guy. I'm not saying that because I've never heard of him. I've just been ignorant of that particular individual.
Right.
As far as like Vin mentioned a lot of stuff, but I kind of heard a lot of marketing stuff that Woodward was pretty good at. I need to see a little bit more as far as like what he does, kind of decisions he made. I mean, it was easy for PSG to kind of blow up. They just went out and spent a buttload of money on the top players, some of the top players in the world. So that's not really hard. And PSG has always been big in France, so these are leagues that don't necessarily impress me too much. I can see with Juventus a little bit, but
Yeah,
I'm good.
Italy's tough. Italy's a tougher league than French.
And just bringing him in doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. I want to see what kind of power he yields. I'm gonna need to see what kind of decisions he starts making. I'm gonna see how he, yeah, I want to see how the guys that are still there and United react to this guy. In the corporate world, if your boss, if you have somebody that has a large, pretty large department, and everybody's going to be a little bit on edge. It's like bringing a new manager. You want to see what direction the guy wants to take things. If you're in those plans, if you're going to want to try to sabotage one of those plans, if you feel like maybe you should be promoted to that same position. So I'm at a point where we've done this before, where we have hired qualified people, and there is something at that club that infects and just sours everything that comes there. So we'll see. So what they did to Ragnick, they clearly don't like the truth. We'll see what this guy does.
Oh yes, thank you very much, Joe. The controversial on Benzi, your take on the Radcliffe new. I'm going to start the whole new Man United. I'm appointing the best guys. Where do you stand on this, mate?
I mean, it's expected, man. That's the least of the things that I expect to be done by Jim Ratcliffe. Anyone that has had the pedigree and CV that this Blanc guy has from Juventus and PSG will be better than Richard Arnold. And will be better than Ed Woodward. So for me, I think now I don't know how well he was going to do at United, but he's already these decisions it's already putting United in a much better position than it was. So I assume things should be better. Things can't be worse than what because so I think it's a good decision. I'm just curious to see how it's going to pan out, but I think it's a good decision, and this is kind of what we've been wanting for the longest time is that structure. So we're going to have that CEO, which is good. Then the next thing is the director of football, which sounds like there's what's his name? That's Mitchell has been the one that's been rumored to take it. If those two, like director of football and CEO, are by those two people who are football people who have the experience, it's already better. It's already a better United already, just from the get-go. But now it'll take time before we see results, before we see the decisions, before we see how that structure rolls into United. It's going to take time before you see results, but it's already good. That's positivity. Now, I'm not saying that I'm happy Jim Ratcliffe is taking over the club. I'm not, to be honest with you. I'm one of those fans that still feel that that this doesn't make sense. It's still a win-win for the Glazers. Ideally, you would have want Qatar to take over.
They'll win.
But if he can make these decisions, just simple football decisions, develop that structure, it already puts United in a much better position. Whether we're going to be challenging for the title, I don't think so. But we should be a better run club than before.
That's good. That is absolutely. Ben, there's something you mentioned in reference to it's going to take some time. So are you saying the United fans have to be patient?
Yeah, they're gonna have to be patient because don't expect to see a whole different United by beginning next season from the get-go. It won't happen. It won't happen because I mean, even when they come in, let's say they come in beginning of next year, they're gonna want to have to set they're gonna set their own like structure below them. They're gonna say, okay, this is the way we like to operate. This is our vision for the next 2 years. It takes time. when new management takes over a business, you will see some you'll see some differences immediately, but you won't see a huge change until I would say months, is in couple years in.
Right. Thank you. Apparently, Sir Jim has started to inquire why were certain players bought when they're at a certain age limit, and why certain money was spent on such player. The first player that came into question was Casemiro. Why did United spend so much on a guy who's in his 30s? These are the things Sir Jim wants to kind of like nip in the bud. Why are we spending money on guys over 30s and paying them that much, and they've only got a short lifespan with United? But if you look at it, the reason Casemiro was brought because we couldn't get De Jong. Yeah, the guy from Barcelona. I'm going to go to Vim and this one. What's your take on, is he right to say we are spending money on over-age players like the Verons, even though they bring experience and leadership, but is that going forward, or is that just a short-term fix going forward?
It's always a short-term fix, and I think it's, unless you're if you're looking for a short-term fix and you need instant results because you can't get the players you wanted, then yes, go and buy the old players who can deliver, and that's what we've done. But it's overall, when you're doing the cost averaging over the number of years and the expected lifespan of the player at the club, it's not really worth it. Casemiro, he'll have 1 or 2 good seasons and then he's dropped off now. Varane is always injured. Ronaldo, we brought back at astronomical wages. Yeah, I mean, and this is what a lack of a sporting director results in, that you can't find the right players. You don't know how to bring in the right profile of players. And Jean-Claude Blanc is very much focused on that because his vision is about the future of the club for the next decade. I've read a story that he doesn't want Ten Hag to have any money to spend in January because he wants to buy players which are right for the club, and he doesn't want to be let the manager buy let the manager buy players that he needs, because he thinks that's a short-term fix. Right. He's thinking about the overall success of the club and the type of player that we need, that we can develop into an elite player. He's got a lot of experience in managing elite sports clubs, which is why he's been brought to Ineos to take over their whole, sporting portfolio. I think it's going to be a good thing. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to have results, but yeah, it's going to take a while.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you want this guy to have the power to essentially veto any, like Ten Hag says, no. Hey, I want this player. Ten Hag, as the manager that is supposed to be able to put out the strategy, I want this player, and he could just be like, oh, that's not part of Manchester DNA. You can't get that player.
No, it's not that. So basically, Ten Hag, and this is well known throughout Ajax, he doesn't have a good record of signing players. He's not the kind of guy that is able to go and find the right players. He had a number 2, the guy who had those allegations, who was removed. I've forgotten his name. He was the guy that used to spot the players, and he's got other staff that do it. But at Man United, because our structure is so messed up, it fell on him to find the players. But historically, he's got a bad record of buying the right players for the clubs. He knows the kind of football he wants to play, but he's not the man to identify that. He needs to focus on the performance on the pitch and delivering results for each game every week. Giving him the responsibility of going out and finding the players in the market is a bit too much for him to do. And he's made a few mistakes at Ajax, and he's made a few mistakes with us, i.e. Anthony, and maybe a couple of others. So what they're saying, that just this January they're not going to give him a massive £200 million war chest to go and buy players that he wants. They want to buy players that are right for the club and its vision, which is how City and Liverpool operate. And then they pass it through the management and say, look, do you like this guy? Are you happy to work with him? We want to go buy him for X, Y, and Z reasons.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Right.
Has Arteta, Klopp, and Pep Guardiola made mistakes with signings in their last 5-10 years in their tenure.
Well, we don't know if they're making the ultimate choice. We don't know if they're saying we want this player. Like Luis Diaz was chosen by the club and then approved by Klopp. So rather than giving Klopp the job of going out to the market and finding players, you have staff at the club who go and do that. It's their job to profile players for the style of play that he wants. And then Klopp makes the decision, do I want this guy? Yes, I'll take him.
I think we're getting I think the way most of these clubs in Liverpool, Man City, even though they get players for the club, but the manager has a veto. The manager
that's what I'm saying.
The manager.
That's exactly what I've said.
Yeah, if the manager doesn't like the player, they won't.
That's exactly what
buy the
I
player.
said.
They won't buy. So the manager.
That's the way it goes.
So this is what's happening at City. So City have a data analytics team.
Right.
They look at the position that needs to be filled and go and do their research on the type of player that will be a valuable commodity for that position.
Right.
Then they come back with 2 or 3 choices and say, Pep, we've got these 3 options. Who would you like to work with? These are the reasons. We'll put a case forward why we should buy player X, player Y, player Z.
Yeah.
Who do you want to work with? And Pep will make that final choice. We don't give the work to Pep to go and find those players. The data analytics team and the scouting team, whoever they are, they do the work, which is how it should be at Man United.
But
Ten Hag's been doing all that work.
But I will say Pep has made mistakes with signings, though. Even though they have all the data analytics, which is the recruiting team, the scouting team, they bring the players, and Pep will say, "Yeah, I want this player," and we've had players that he signed that have been flopped. It's happened with every man. It happened with
that do make.
Happened with Klopp.
We just need to make bigger flops than more other teams. That's how we.
That goalkeeper, what was his name that he brought to City
to
play up from the back?
Hart. Oh God! Short guy. I remember he didn't stay long. He was shipped out
Latin American.
Yeah.
So he went to the club and said, "Look, I want a goalkeeper who can play out from the back. It's good with his feet." And they brought in this guy based on his requirements, and he didn't fit the bill. He wasn't good enough.
Right, he got shipped out.
He got shipped out. So,
I mean, Pep went through like two left backs before he found his before he got a left. I mean, what was it? Is it Danilo? He had Danilo, which was a left back at Man City. I forgot what team he plays for. Brazilian. Signed him a few years ago. Didn't work out. Gone.
Right. So, Ken, welcome. Ken is representing UK. Mr. Fortress, welcome to the show.
Yes. How's it going?
We are fine. So, Joe, you next.
Claudio Bravo. That was it.
Yeah, Claudio Bravo. That was the goalkeeper who replaced Joe Hart.
Yeah.
And that was Pep's first in England #1. I don't care if you're England #1. You're out. If that was United, they would drag. Oh, why would you get rid of him? He's a loyal. The fans love him. We have too much sentiments. Retirement, let him stay. He's okay. He'd be in the spirit. No, just strictly get
it's called tea lady mentality.
It is. It is. And we need to get rid of that old boys club.
Tea lady mentality.
So, Joe, with Sir Jim now he literally one step in the door saying he's not happy with the way United are spending players on. Are you in support of that? Like players like Casemiro, should United still pursue experienced guys, high wages, 300,000 a week, gonna give you 2 seasons the most?
I say yes. Right now, we are not in a position to win not in a position to really be going for any major tournaments or trophies. At this point right now, we need to balance the team. The team is imbalanced. The team is not balanced because we do not have the funds to get the maximum level at key positions, right? So we'll have like maybe a top 5 defensive midfielder in the Premier League, but that costs us in our ability to get a pivot alongside him, somebody with a little bit of quality on the right side. Our bench, terrible. So yeah, we have to look at everybody, because to be honest, after this season, like you're looking at this season, nobody's contract should be beyond approach. Nobody's contract. Even Bruno, look at that dude. I don't care, bro. Everybody can get it, So I say I'm welcoming his energy to replacing whoever. You gotta look at it like this. he just invested to the team. The team now needs to increase in value, right? For him to make money, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if he feels like the way he can get that done is to make the team better, which is something a lot of the fans been asking for, right? Hey, why not? Why not? I welcome it, but we'll see. We'll see how much he's that what is it, 23%? Let's see
Yeah.
how much that 23% can get him. How far that can get him.
Benzi, same question. Are you happy with Sir Jim's idea of stop buying aging players, even though they come with a lot of leadership and experience, Champions League, World Cup winners, 300,000 a week, and buy younger future players?
I mean, I can understand. Yes, I do agree, but not right now. I think we still need to be buying some of those experienced players because you need that balance in the team. You don't just stop buying all these experienced players and then start buying, then you now become a team that is not experienced, and then it's gonna take time before for your team to gel. It's gonna take time for your team to get the experience and start like going for stuff. These experienced players, they help, but then you have to get them at the right price and at the right salary. So that's one thing. I am okay buying the Varans, the Casemiros, as far as you get them
For 2
at the right
seasons
price.
max, you're gonna get out of them. You're still fine with
It's
that?
fine. I'm okay with getting
At a
them
good price.
at the right price at the right salary. Even if you get 2 seasons out of them, it's gonna bring it's you're looking for the experience, and you're looking for that to you're looking for them to bring that and just infect the team. Hey, this is the way I did it. I've won these many Champions Leagues. I won the World Cup. I mean, this is my attitude. This my work ethic. I mean, it's only a positive. It's
Yeah,
only a
and it
positive for the
shouldn't rub
squad.
off
Yeah,
on
it
the
should
ones there.
exactly. It should rub off. I can see where I mean Jim Ratcliffe is going with it. Yeah, he's. I mean, it doesn't. Let's be honest, man. We bought Casemiro for ridiculous money. We bought Varane for ridiculous money. We shouldn't have spent that much on them. Let's be honest. He is right. He is right. Looking at how much we spent on them, but I think we should still be going for those type of players. Not many of them. Maybe one or two of them. You see what I'm saying? And then the rest would be those type of players that are ready to take that step up. Those hungry players are ready to go and play for United, that have the mentality, have the drive, the ambition. I want to go win stuff with United. This is a historical football club. They've done it in the past. They've not been doing it lately. I want to be part of that new generation that brings the glory back, and
Right.
and they have that hunger. Those type of players that we should be going for. So, yeah, but still keep, like what Joe said, keep the balance in the squad, because you need, and the balance comes from when you have experience and when you don't have experience. You need experience in that squad to give you the balance. If you
Right.
don't have experience in the squad, it's useless. It's kind of like, look at Chelsea. Majority, like, they got rid of the squad that won the Champions League a couple seasons ago. That whole squad is gone. So you can see Chelsea struggling. It makes sense. Yeah, they've lost a lot of the experienced players. There is no way Chelsea can. I mean, you see Chelsea now is hovering around 10th position, which kind of makes sense. It makes sense because you got rid of a lot of experienced squad players. So yeah, you just don't want to just lose that all together.
Right. Let's
I don't want us to turn into what we turned into just a couple of years after Sir Alex Ferguson left, when David Moyes started shooting out all of our veterans.
Exactly.
And then we ended up with no, really. We remember there was a time where we were like, man, our team is way too young. We don't have any experience. We need personalities in the locker room.
We need leaders.
Now we need leaders. Now we got all these leaders, no legs.
But
again, it's a recruitment, right? You get Varane.
It is a recruitment.
You get. I mean, Varane was pretty much. I mean, let's be honest. He had to pull out playing. You can't. He stopped playing for France because he can't play 3 days a week. You can't. You can't do it.
Does anyone know if he was injured at Madrid at this rate he was at United? Does anyone know?
Yes. Yeah.
Was he always injured?
Oh, he was always injured? Okay.
He was always injured. But I think, to be honest, I think what happens to United is, at United, when a player like Varane becomes available, I mean, you think, whoa, 4 Champions League medals.
Yeah.
The club will have to get him. Especially when you know that, okay, can we get? So what the club will ask is, can we get him? Is it just is his agent trying to faff around or mess us up?
Right.
Once they realize that, okay, yes, we can realistically get him, it's a no-brainer to bring him in. Just like
True.
Casemiro. If you look at
Mhm.
Casemiro at Real Madrid, like when I heard we were linked with Casemiro, I thought, no chance. Why would he come to you? And then
Right.
he came. So just to add to what the guys have said, we need experience, but there has to be that right blend. The blend has to be right. You can't have like too many old players or too many young players. You have to have the right fit and the right blend of players at the club. If not, you end up in a situation where we'll play fantastic and get to a final and lose. Or when in the nitty-gritty game, when it comes to the crunch of it, you need those experienced players because you could
Yep.
go 2-0 up, and by the time you know it, end up losing 3-2 because the in-game management or the experience just isn't there.
Yep.
Right. So
Yeah.
at the moment, do any of you guys think that the balance is right? You have experience in the team, you have young one. Is the balance right at United or still not right? Let me quickly go to Ben's on that one.
I think
As it
if
stands
you ask
now,
me, yeah, as it stands, talk about balancing the squad. I think if you ask me, I think the balance is I can't I'm not sure if I remember all the ages. I think the balance is not bad. I think the balance is not bad. I think the issue is just okay. Yeah, Casemiro and Varane were over 30, right? They've won they have the experience with Champions Leagues and all that. Then you have Bruno who's 28, 27, 28. That's not a bad age.
Mm.
Then you have who else? Then in the middle range, you have the mid-20s, you have McTominay, you have Rashford. The issue is the quality.
Right.
The age balance is not. The age balance is actually as of right now this season, the age balance is okay. Well, it's not bad. It is the quality of the players we have. That is the issue. Because I mean, if you, if you go all the way down, Garnacho, good player, right? But then he still has a long ways to go. You have, if you look at younger players again, who else? Højlund,
Hannibal.
really good player, right? Hannibal is not quality. You see what I'm saying? McTominay is not quality. I'm talking about team players that will go into the first 11.
Right.
I mean, Rashford is he's not consistent. So I mean, you could put him to the side. I mean, how many players in that squad is quality? With I mean that
Anthony.
Anthony in my opinion, that's not really quality. He's a young guy, but that's not really quality. That's not really true, clean quality.
Wow.
I mean, he's not the quality I saw in Ajax. Then who else you say? I mean, younger player. That's part of that squad. Sancho, good player, mentality weak. He's not a United player.
Wow.
We could keep going. I mean, Martial, that's a good player. That's a quality player, but
Come
injury
on,
prone.
Bems.
No, he's a quality player.
In
In my opinion, he's a quality player, but he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent.
That's the word.
And
Inconsistent.
he's inconsistent, and he's not reliable, too injury prone. You see what I'm saying?
Answers all the questions.
And he's not used to winning. He doesn't know how to win. So I'll put him to the side. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though Marcel is quality, but he has other areas where he's lacking.
He lacks.
So I'll equally put him to the side too as well. There's so many players in this squad that you will put to the side. Literally, the only players that will make, in my opinion, I mean, and even the ones that are good quality players, they're like, oh, really, really good that you could. They're either injury prone or they don't really want. I mean, look at Varane. Quality, injury prone. Wan-Bissaka. Now, Wan-Bissaka is a good one, but he is not a player that you would be able to.
He's not quality. No.
He's not quality. He's not. Yeah, he's not quality.
He's
a good. Wan-Bissaka is a good squad player.
Quality, yeah.
He's a squad player. but he's not quality. Dalot is not true
Dalot's
quality.
not good.
It's not. He's not.
He's
He's
not
not
good
really
and he's
good.
not
He's not
quality.
really good. He's not. I
He's
mean, he's
another
we can't
squad
see it,
player.
man.
he's another
Yeah.
squad player. We have so
I'm
many
doing-
squad
Luke
players in that
Shaw.
team.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Good.
Luke Shaw is a good player. He's good.
Quality.
Quality could be better.
Man, Luke Shaw is.
He's on and
He
off.
can make
Okay,
it.
I'm
He
just
can make
Googling
it. He
him.
can make it.
on and
Lindelof.
off.
Lindelof.
Man, Lindelof.
Bad
man.
quality.
Bad quality.
Bad
Yeah,
quality.
he won't make. Yeah.
Reject quality.
Maguire.
Maguire, no, it's
Reject
not
quality.
quality.
Yeah.
Not
He's
quality.
like a Biko fridge, you know, like the
Yeah.
really cheap fridge that
No,
just breaks down.
it's the truth. If you put these players, right? If you put these players with City, I guarantee you, 85% of our squad would not make it.
100%.
You talking starting
They will
lineup
not
or
make it.
just the team sheet?
Huh?
You talking starting lineup or the team sheet?
I mean, I'm
Would
talking
they
about
start in
both,
a City?
man.
Would they get into a City line in first 11?
They
would they even
probably
make
won't
a
even get on
City
the
bench?
bench, man. They
No,
won't even
nobody
make
on
the bench.
nobody on that team.
They won't even
replaces
make the
anybody at
bench,
City.
man. That's how bad
Wow.
we don't really
No,
have
some
a,
of them will
a
make the bench,
quality
man.
squad though. We don't have a quality. The only quality
Okay.
players we have on our
Joe,
team is Casemiro.
let me run to
Varane.
Joe quickly. Joe, name me 2 United players currently in this squad who will make a City bench today.
Because of Pep Guardiola, I would say Bruno get into that team, and I'd say Martinez gets into that team.
Martinez will get in. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I say
Vim,
Martinez.
agree,
gets into that
Vim,
team.
2 United players today who will make a City bench, not the City first 11, the bench.
Yeah, I agree. Those two players, I think Casemiro probably would get in there as well, and
Yes.
Garnacho would get into the bench because I think he's a
Mm,
lively player.
No, I think
I don't think
That's my
Garnacho.
personal opinion.
I think Garnacho
don't
will
think Garnacho
frustrate the
make it.
shit out of Pep.
No,
I think
I
Garnacho
think
make it.
I think when they're going direct and you want someone who's very attack minded, got speed, I think he may get onto the bench. I mean, Pep does try young players every now and then. I think Garnacho would be on that
He
bench
sold that young guy to Chelsea.
sometimes.
Remember that new
Alright.
guy he said to
Garnacho.
Joe
Chelsea?
Parker.
Garnacho won't be quality enough. He'll be too much. He'll
Yeah, he's not enough
Garnacho is
quality.
too wasteful. He's too wasteful for Pep. He'll be too wasteful.
I
Look
think
at what
I
he
think
did to
Pep would
Jesus.
drill it
Jesus was
into his
wasteful.
head to
Yeah.
become more disciplined, and that's why I think
There's
Pep's a
no
fantastic
drilling.
coach.
You're either a
Let me
wasteful
quickly
player or you're
let me
not.
quickly welcome Kay, the smiley one from UK.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining the show today.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a while,
K's been
but,
subbed on. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Kay sliding in
Kay
before,
made an
before
appearance.
halftime.
Yeah.
He came on before halftime.
Yeah.
Just
Just
before
don't get
halftime.
subbed off, man. Don't be a
Okay,
Sancho.
let me just warm you up quickly.
No.
2 United players today that will make the City bench quickly. Not the
Who-
first 11, the bench.
The squad.
Yeah.
What players that are fit or just anyone in the United squad?
Any United players today that will make the City bench, injured or non-injured, not
Varane,
starting 11,
Casemiro,
just the bench.
Varane,
That is how-
Casemiro,
Varane, Casemiro.
Sure.
Yes.
easily.
Yeah, they'll make a City bench.
You got to remember, Pep gets more of his players than Ten Hag does. Like we're thinking
true.
like these players will be playing out the way they're playing at the moment. There's no way they'll play like that in the Pep team because everything's down to details. So each player will know what they're doing, and it's same for especially for the attacking players. It'll be even better for them because at the moment it's just players get the ball and there's no cohesion. Whereas in Pep's team, you do what he says or you come off. That's why Doku is keeping Grealish on the bench.
Wow.
He's good, Doku, man.
Oh, yeah, that guy's
I've
good.
never even heard of Doku before.
Oh,
what
I
a
heard
player he
Let
is.
me quickly run
What
to
a
Kenneth.
player.
Kenneth, quickly,
I'd have
2
been in the
players
World Cup.
that will make the City bench.
2 players that will make the City bench.
Not the starting 11, just the bench.
Just the bench. Onana is one. Because we all know Pep likes it. Pep was ranting and raving after the Champions League
Good
final.
one. That's a good one.
Apart from Onana, just looking, I'm trying to scout through. I heard someone mention Garnacho.
Bruno, you
Garnacho,
don't think Bruno make a bench for City?
no chance. He won't. He
That's a
won't,
bit
he
harsh.
won't be
That's
anywhere
a bit-
near.
I'm not even going to ask about Rashford,
Anywhere
so let me
near.
just move that on swiftly.
Nah, Rashford won't.
I don't think Rashford. Pep always disses Rashford, so I don't think it'll be Rashford. I'm just trying to think.
He'll sell
Not
Rashford. He'll sell
McTominay,
him.
no?
No chance.
The Scottish
McTominay.
lad won't make the City bench.
No way.
on,
he won't even.
man.
He won't even make
Martinez?
the tea lady. Do you
Maguire?
know what? The tea lady won't even offer him a cup of tea. That's how bad. That's how bad he is.
Wow,
His
that's
tea lady won't
cold.
give him a
Hey,
cup
Ken,
of
what
tea.
about Martinez? What about Martinez?
Martinez is an interesting one. But the thing is, Pep likes high. If you look at all the signings, is on the floor. Yes, Martinez is good for as a centre back in terms of his ball playing abilities. But if you look at traditionally what the type of centre backs Pep tends to sign, they tend to be at least 5'9" or 6 foot historically. So I don't know.
You have to look at
What
the
about
logic
that
for that.
To be
He might
fair-
play him in
Players
defensive
so that they can
midfield.
One
He
at a
might
time,
play him
one
in
at a time,
defensive.
one at a time.
Pep
Yeah.
did have a center back that was below 6 foot. The Argentina center back.
Yeah.
Vin was
Which
just talking.
one?
What's his name? Otamendi. Is it
Otamendi?
Otamendi?
That's it.
Otamendi, yeah, but he didn't play
Yeah.
that much. He didn't play that much.
played him
When
a
he
lot.
first came, he played
It
quite a
wasn't
lot.
his
Yes, but
signing
after
For,
that,
he had,
Well,
he had a
Otamendi
full
was on
season.
the bench. You
It
know what?
wasn't his
Actually,
signing either.
Martinez was quite similar to Otamendi.
very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay,
think
yeah,
Martinez
maybe.
puts his foot into
Martinez
tackles
is
more
far
than
better than
yeah.
Martinez.
But we're
Martinez
talking
doesn't
about.
run
Are we
away for
talking about
tackles.
based on? Are we basing it on City's current squad right now, or are we basing
Any
it on?
Yes.
United player that can make a
Oh
Pep
no!
bench
Oh
today.
no! You have John Stones, you have Akanji, you have Gvardiol, you've got this. No, he won't.
Wait a
The
minute.
only person I can see
That's
that can make the
wild.
team is Onana. That's the only goalkeeper I can say. Okay, yeah, he'll
Dang.
be on the bench. But he won't even start over
Well-
Ederson. He won't start. He'll be on the bench.
You
He'll
don't
be
you
substitute.
don't think Pep
Well,
Go on, Joe.
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
you
Joe.
don't
My
think
bad, go ahead.
Palestri makes
No
makes
way.
the,
No
No
way.
way. No
I
way.
mean, if you look at the
No
guy that
way.
they sold to
Joe.
Chelsea. What's his name? The guy that just got his
The
first.
guy that scored a
Palmer.
penalty in the last game last
Yeah,
week.
Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer, exactly. He's way better than Pelistri. Way better.
Yes, he is.
Way better.
Wow.
There are a lot of players won't make that City. But okay, so Tim, are we saying that we're putting United players on the bench and dropping some of those City players that are currently on the bench?
No, we're simply saying like the
Well, we're just
quality.
adding them-
We're just saying, can United
just-
players are they good enough to make a City bench?
Okay, so
No.
now, if United players make the bench, the current players that are on City bench, would those be
Have to-
dropped?
Of course, they'll have to be dropped.
Okay. Then that
That's what I'm
changes it.
saying.
Then that changes it. Then
That's what I was.
yeah.
That's why I said
Yeah,
Onana.
okay.
Yeah.
then that
Let's-
changes it. Then
no,
not
no.
that many of them
No,
make it.
I've got a
Martinez,
question.
No, Martinez can definitely replace Akanji.
Varane's ahead of
Martinez
Martinez.
can
In a Pep team, Martinez
No.
is too rash.
Yeah. Martinez will
Yeah,
make the
I
bench.
think Martinez will not be disciplined enough for Pep. I feel
He's not-
so.
yeah,
Make
he
the
gets
bench.
Because he
powerful.
a lot of free kicks.
Yeah.
Rico Lewis.
Exactly.
Rico Lewis. Who's Rico Lewis?
Rico Lewis.
Nobody-
You've never
kid,
seen him
come
play? The one with the curly blonde tints.
Joe,
Small.
That dude, that boy
He's a
right
good
there,
player.
Rico Lewis.
He's a
That
good
dude,
player.
that dude can bowl
Is it-
more than
Bruno?
75%. Yes.
Wow. Is he that good? I've never heard of
I'll
that.
tell you
guy.
one thing. I'll
He's
tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing.
Playing a
He's
lot
not
of
wasteful with the ball. He's not wasteful
Oscar
with the ball.
Bob.
He's not wait.
Oscar Bob.
Joe, you'll be so surprised how many, like, a lot of our players won't make that. Like Pep will throw away. I guarantee.
Okay, wait a
you.
minute. Okay, can anybody at United replace Calvin Phillips?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Casemiro.
yeah. Casemiro.
Okay,
will replace him.
okay.
You
So
gotta remember, in City's team, when Rodri don't play, they struggle. That's why Casemiro, 100% he gets in that
Yeah.
squad. There's no other
Casemiro
player.
make it. Yeah,
There's no other
Yeah,
player
so-
that can do that. Calvin
Yeah, that's
Phillips doesn't even play.
you don't play.
Right.
So
Okay.
Casemiro will replace Calvin Phillips on the bench, but Casemiro will
Yeah.
be on the bench because Rodri will play
replace
ahead
him
of
for
Casemiro.
Rodri. Yeah, replacement for Rodri.
So right, let's
That's
get back on track.
That's how bad we are.
Right. So with Sir Jim now, with his in hopefully the announcement will be coming this week officially from the club. He's gotten rid of Richard Arnold. I don't think anyone was surprised. You know, they always use that official statement, mutual agreement. We all know that. So he was fired. It's not about no mutual agreement. It's just a corporate way of saying, thank you, your services are no more required. Keep it moving. We'll pay you. It's so nicely put that it's just like they shook hands like, you know, no, you were fired. Now, with the director of football, which is one of the most critical parts of where United have failed, John Murtough. John Murtough believes he has done a good enough considering what he's working with. With this, the guy who's been tipped to take over him, Mitchell, how different What can Mitchell do differently from Murtough? Yes, he's got a bigger resume than John Murtough. John Murtaugh's been at United longer. So you think Murtough has the experience of thinking he knows United, well, Mitchell's externally coming into a Man United club. So Vim, with Murtough and Mitchell, how different? What will Mitchell bring differently to Man United than what Murtough is doing so far, or has done?
I don't know a huge amount of Paul Mitchell, but I hear a lot of good things about him. That he's, I think he was at Tottenham, a sporting director, or director of football. I don't know which other clubs he's been at. Where else? Southampton. That's it. Yeah.
Monaco. You just come back from Monaco.
Right. So he seems to be a good director of football who can find the right players for the club. And we've been just buying players on a whim, just to fit into the roster, but not really fitting a style of play, whatever it may be.
Right.
So I'm hearing lots of good things about him. So I'm hoping that he will be a good appointment. And if SJR is dead serious about taking this club in the right direction, which I think he is, hiring Jean-Claude Blanc is an excellent move, and hiring Paul Mitchell would be an excellent move. And I think that if you get the right structure and the right people into the right post at Man United, then we can start to become a tour de force again.
Okay, thank you. Kay, Paul Mitchell and John Murtough. John Murtough being part of the United structure, will he be able to handle a club this size? Because it's easy saying he's done a good job at Southampton and Monaco. Man United is a monster. What's your take?
Yeah, but the job of the sporting director is about the network, the links, the respect they've got, the contact lists. He's been around. He's been involved in a lot of big deals. We're bringing a lot of top players to clubs. What's his name? Murtough. He was like an academy coach at one point. Then he was doing stuff with the ladies. Like, his resume is not. I don't think he was a sporting director before he came to United. I don't think he's ever done that job before.
So he was learning on the job, like an OJT, on-job training?
Yeah.
Wow.
So with Mitchell, he's got good pedigree. He's involved in bringing players like Manutd to Southampton. Who else? He's been involved in a lot. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's got a good resume in terms of bringing players in that are quite unknown and flourish. But obviously, the structure of the whole club and the team has to be right. There's no point bringing a sporting director that's good at his job if the Glazers say no or the manager doesn't use the players right. Like, look at Mate. He's brought Mate in. Mate plays in Bruno's position. What's the point of buying him for that big price if you're not going to put him in his proper position?
Right. He brought Dele to Spurs. Dele Alli. Ferguson liked.
Yeah, Mane.
When he played for Spurs, he did.
He got Mane. He got Son for Spurs too.
Son Heung-min and Toby Alderweireld.
Toby Alderweireld. Have a good resume.
Yeah, he's got a good resume.
Okay, let me go to Ken. Ken, Murtough, who's been at the club, compared to Mitchell, who's come to a bigger club. Where are you on this? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. It all sounds good on paper, but United, we're a graveyard. Manchester United Football Club are officially a graveyard. Anything good that comes to United dies. That's why
it's harsh, isn't it?
It's a fact. It's a fact. How many players have we signed? John Murtough. Let's look at John Murtough. He's not an elite, DOF. He's not. But if you look at his record, what he's done in other clubs, he's done a good job. You mean
Mitchell?
No, I'm talking about John Murtough.
Okay.
John Murtough?
Oh. Yeah, he's got a good pedigree. If you look at what he's done for Everton and all the other clubs that he's been at, he's done a decent job. I'm not saying he's the best, but it comes to United, ETH, all the players, Anthony, Casemiro.
What happened to your optimism?
I'm just saying. No, I'm always very. Yes,
is this you, Mr. Fortress, talking? I would expect that from the controversial one.
He's got a twin.
Ben,
There's
what
a
have
I'm
you
twist
just
done
to
saying,
it.
I'm just saying,
Ben, what
let's
have you
just
done to
wait.
Kenneth?
Let's just
Ben, what have
wait
you done
and
to
come
Kenneth?
in.
Because this ain't
On
Kenneth speaking.
on paper, it's the right move. Bringing in Paul Mitchell, fantastic. All we need is someone that has the links, has the know-how, that knows how to talk to players, sending, like when Barcelona want to sign someone or Real Madrid and other teams that are involved, they just send a private jet. They just send a helicopter where they're talking, oh, let's do this. Or they send someone to the players' parents to go and
Yeah.
talk to them. Things like that. That's what Fergie was very good at,
Yes.
talking to
Speak to the whole
people's
community
parents,
behind the
the
player.
community behind the player. By the time you know it, there's a house waiting for the parents. All those stuff. That's what Paul Mitchell is going to give you. But yeah, on paper it's good. Him and Jean-Claude Blanc will be fantastic. At least you're putting the best in class in the right positions. We're not just picking people from left and right. However, we're a graveyard. We just have to. That's my only concern. Yeah.
Boy. All right, Joe. Are you happy with me? Do you think with Jean-Claude Blanc and Myrtle, or you want Myrtle gone?
Vim, you're on mute.
And
For
Oh, is
me,
that Vim?
Man.
Joe,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Joe, that's Joe.
Oh, Joe, sorry.
Joe.
Okay, sorry.
to be honest, he's part of the old regime, man. I mean, his hand is in part of everything that's been happening to the club. I don't know how you can separate certain individuals from the old regime. They all played a part in it. I would hope that the Jean Blanc is good at assessing talent. He goes. I would hope he lays out everything that the guy's done during his tenure at Man United and make a decision. I don't think it's good enough, but if he feels that the individual has he deserves a chance, I'll give him a short leash. I'll give it to the end of the season to see what he's got. But if he doesn't, he needs to go. Like I said, nobody's tenure is beyond approach. Nobody's.
Cool. Benzie, your take.
On John Murtaugh leaving?
With Mitchell coming in, allegedly going to be coming in, do you think he will be the right fit, or you think Myrtle has done good enough to still be allowed to stay on?
No, come on, man. What? Yeah, like John Murtaugh allowing John Murtaugh to stay shouldn't even be a question, man. That guy should be like he should be gone last year. He shouldn't even been given the job. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's been terrible. When he first got the job, people, oh yeah, we have the director of football. I told you guys. I mean, all he even said in his damn press conference, he said, well, John Murtaugh is he's just assuming position that he was basically already doing.
Right.
So if he was been doing that for the past whatever time, how long, and we've been shit, and he's just formally been assigned the position. The guy was shit. He needs to go. He's go. He needs, like, what needs to happen is a complete clear out. I mean, John Murtaugh doesn't. He's not even average. He's not even an average director of football in the industry. He's not even. I mean, he's not average.
Yeah.
There's so many better than I would say there's so many director of footballs in the Premier League. If you rank director of footballs in the Premier League from 1 to 20, I mean, John Murtaugh doesn't make top 10.
Whoa,
I don't even think he makes top 15.
Wow.
Terrible.
Not even the brand.
That's harsh. But
not even the brand of tea. Not even the brand of anything can be changed. Not even the brand of tea. Even the brand of tea needs to be. Let's look at that contract.
Yeah, everything needs to be changed.
That brand.
Like
Ken and
brands.
you see the way they destroyed the tea ladies and the tea versions of UK.
Listen, the tea ladies part of this too. The tea ladies part of this.
You guys need to start respecting British culture, man.
No, the tea lady. I mean, the tea
Yeah.
lady can stay. I mean, the
If
tea
this is
lady can
British
stay, but
culture,
everyone. I mean, but you need to scrub this whole club. Scrub it. The whole
Love it.
the whole club is
The
dirty.
tea lady before this tea lady, it was her auntie and her sister. It's a family.
If you ask me,
Yeah.
I would sell. I would sell all the players. I would get a whole squad completely. In my opinion, I would, but you can't do that though. You can't do that. But I would get rid of everything, all the departments. I mean, physio, medical, whatever, recruitment, the whole thing.
That's a whole layoff.
Yes,
that's a whole audit you need to do.
Guys, what happened to the audit that Ralph did? Remember when he came in, he did an audit of all the departments.
There
We've
you
not
go.
heard anything else. We've not heard anything about
They
that.
shut it quickly because it was too damning.
What was this audit about, Kay? What was it about?
He said open heart surgery. That's what we need.
No,
open heart surgery.
Yeah, but what was the audit about? Okay.
That was the playing squad. But I mean, as in like the skating department, all the departments get audited, and then you get like a traffic light system, red, green, amber, or red, amber, green. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you know where your problems are.
Yeah.
And what's all right. I think that's what needs to happen when Radcliffe comes in. Do an audit. You guys are not meeting your target. Yeah, we need to get better. And start from there.
But the tea lady, the tea lady team, aren't they doing a good enough job? No.
No, but the tea lady and the player liaison, that's not really a big deal. Like as long as they're doing what they're meant to be doing, like we're becoming a butler club. The tea lady, you know, what does the tea lady do apart from make tea?
That's what she's putting in the tea.
Hey, it starts from the top.
Right. Okay.
Tea lady's on the top.
Someone said I should ask you guys this question. Do you guys want Ragnick back? Vim, start us off. Would you take Ragnick back as part of this new United?
I would. I mean, he's got a lot of experience as a sporting director. I wouldn't take him back on a permanent contract. I would maybe use his consulting services.
Why not?
And just just maybe speak to him about what he thinks should change at the club, because he's very analytical. He's been in this game
Isn't that what you want?
How long? 40 years? Yes, you do. And
So why do you want him on a consultation basis? Why not as in part of the
because
program?
he's I think once you've been sacked or removed from the club, then you shouldn't come back. But he's a very knowledgeable guy. I did a lot of reading about the guy when you were going to hire him as manager, and I was feeling quite hopeful. Obviously, he wasn't a good manager, but he's definitely got a wise head on him. He's been in football for his whole life, and he knows how to find the right people. He knows how to dissect the club, and as Kay said, you audit every single department, see how they're performing. People run this club like it's a cafe. And if you want to be a true commercial success in every aspect, on the field, off the pitch, you've got to look at all of your departments. When we keep resetting, what do we do? What do we reset? We reset the manager, and the players stay, and the culture stays, and the laziness stays, the physical regime stays, the diet stays, the rubbish facilities in the gym and everything else stays. When you do a reset, you've got to reset everything.
Wow.
Bringing in Paul Mitchell is a good move. Oh, by the way, I've got a list. He brought in Sadio Mane. He brought in Dusan Tadic. He brought in Toby Alderweireld, Dele Alli, Hongman Sin, Kieran Trippier, who's still having success. Amadou Haidara, I don't know who he is, and Christopher Nkunku. Yeah, and Christopher Nkunku. So him and Ragnick have an eye for spotting talent and bringing the right people into the club. And imagine if those two combine their brain power and what?
Joe, what?
But Ten Hag's a system,
you can't
right?
just give us a few names. Okay, you say he's been in the business for a long time. You can't just give us like 5-6 names. How does that compare to the total amount of people that he's brought in? Like, who are you
talking about? Paul Mitchell?
Yes.
Well, I'm talking about. I've just got a list of successful people he's brought in, and we know that they've all been.
You're trying to form the narrative that he is very successful at finding talent. I am saying.
Go on.
I am saying, if you're trying to say that he has an eye for talent, I would like to see how that number stacks against everyone else that he has brought into clubs. What is his success rate? We can't just say he brought in this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, so he's ready for Manchester United. I need to see percentages. I need the numbers now. Like, we can't we can't be doing this about feelings or who we need to stop projecting a lot on a lot of these sites.
But he's still better. So, but you in your argument, you said he's better. You want John Murtough out. If you bring Mitchell
Yes,
in,
but-
who has a better contact list, has a better network, has more experience, that's why I asked. Do you
Yeah, but
think coming to a club this size would it be successful? That's why I'm. But you said
No.
okay.
Who's Murtaugh brought in that's been successful at the club? Who's he been responsible for bringing in? They've all been Ragnick's contacts that he's brought in.
No,
Murtaugh was flying to Barcelona to get De Jong for about a month, and De Jong was just telling them no.
They came back empty-handed.
They went over there like
I'm not saying that.
Like, it's a shambles.
I'm not saying that I want John Murtaugh to stay. I'm just saying
no, I'm joking.
where the team needs to be. It's not about just getting someone better.
Yeah,
it's getting the right person for the job.
But
I don't want to
Mitchell's
just get somebody else.
Mitchell's well respected in football. His role's respected in the football game.
Thing is, I mean,
not...
billionaire owners are going to do their research and find who is best prospect for that role.
Yeah,
I don't know what stats they've brought out on Paul Mitchell and have they compiled a list of all of his players and how many have been successful. I don't know. I don't have that data. I don't have the data on Jean-Claude Blanc, but his CV, from afar looks pretty good.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that if you're a billionaire, you're going to invest in the right type of research to bring people into the club. So I think that's a positive thing as to just getting Darren Fletcher in or Murtaugh or promoting people from within.
And also, just to add as well, when we go to sign players, if you know that you've got Jean-Claude Blanc as the CEO, you're more likely to sign. If you know that Paul Mitchell's after you, you're more likely to sign. If Man United were sending people like Matt Judge, no experience, people, yes, they were basically. The only attraction was the name Manchester United Football Club. If you remove that name, you think, who's Matt what? Do you know what I mean? But when you hear names like Jean, this guy has been around for the Olympics, for example. He's managed a full-blown. Do you know how hard it is to look at huge events like that? Paul Mitchell, you're talking about in his Ineos links, Tour de France, big tournaments. So they know.
Joe, does that help? Does that satisfy you there, Joe? Are you okay with that? I'm just messing with you.
Well,
I see where Joe's coming from. What Joe is saying is, let's look at the overall stats. Let's not pick up 5 out of 1,000. What about if he's counted like 2,000 players and there's only like 6 successful ones? That's not good. I think that's what
Joe's
saying.
Enough. That's not good enough.
But okay, I get it. But the question I was trying now that someone wrote to ask you is, would you take Ragnick back for what Ragnick did suggest?
Yes.
Which was the truth. Joe, would you take Ragnick back now?
In a heartbeat, yes. Get him in the front office, man. We need as much outside eyes as possible because for a long time, this has been a good old boys club. So we need as much outside professional influences into that club as quickly as possible. Inject it into our veins right the F now.
Thank you. Ken, would you take Ragnick back?
Yes, I will. Not as a manager, but as a
as a DOF or whatever. Director.
Yeah, any role upstairs.
I'll take him as a tea guy.
Any role upstairs.
We'll get good tea with Ragnick. Get good tea, man.
Like
German tea.
Yeah, like Vim alluded to, you've got that partnership between Paul Mitchell and Ragnick. If we can get him in some sort of consultancy role, and then Paul Mitchell is the DOF working with Ragnick, and then you got Jean-Claude Blanc, that would be really good. That would be really good. We can actually start moving in terms of signing players and buying the right players with the right mentality, and then that will then what they will then need to do is sit down and say, okay, how do we want to play football? What should Manchester United's football be like? Are we going to be a attacking team? Are we going to be a possession-based team? Are we going to be a defensive low-block team? Or a direct football team where we just go down the byline and cross the ball for someone to header in? What are we going? What is our ideology of football? And then we can then say, okay, based on this, let's just say we decide, okay, we're going to be a possession-based team, and then based on that, we can then go, let's start buying the players
who
to
have
fit that
possession
system.
skill sets.
Let's find the best manager that can play possession. Obviously, we know it's Pep, but what's the next? It could be De Zerbi. So let's get De Zerbi in.
Could be Gareth Southgate.
De Zerbi, let's get De Zerbi in.
You'd be surprised, mate. Gareth Southgate, new
Southgate
Man
doesn't
United
play,
man.
but he doesn't play possession football. Yeah, but De Zerbi, okay, let's back De Zerbi then. Okay, we've got De Zerbi now, right? Okay, let's get the players that can play possession-based football,
Okay,
and then that's
thank
how
you.
you build a football club. That's how you do it. Yeah.
Why don't we just get the whole of Brighton to come over to United?
Okay, Ragnick, we take Ragnick back.
Because
We
they'll
take
die
Ragnick
just
back.
like every other good thing.
Do you know what? When he got vilified by the media and a lot of fans at the time, I always said.
But he was vilified as the manager, not as a.
No, but even he was never a manager. We all know that. He was meant to come in as a consultant. He was just a cheap option. That's why they brought him in as the manager.
Who?
But
Who you
obviously,
talking about?
Ragnick.
Oh, right.
Ragnick.
Again, that
It's
merger
staying
has
with
to be
reputation.
held accountable for that, or whoever
But,
made that decision.
That just
Richard
shows the
Arnold.
bad decision from management. Yeah, but with Ragnick, him and Mitchell worked together at RB Leipzig.
RB Leipzig. I heard they did
They
a
were
good
at a
job
United
there.
game together when there was talk of Mitchell coming in before. But they've got a good working relationship. But the only thing is, people forget everything has to be aligned. So there's no point bringing in Mitchell and Ragnick if they're not aligned with the CEO. So everything has to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah, because
If
Man
one
City,
person says-
every Man City is just like everyone knows
Exactly.
the role. It's just
Pep
perfect.
will have a list of players he wants. The scouts will do their work on them and say, these are his strengths, weaknesses, this is how he fits in the team. Whereas at the moment, it just seems like Eric's trying to get in players that he knows, but there's no real structure about whether they'll fit into the way we want to play. So I don't know. Obviously, it all depends from the CEO, what his vision is, how we're going to play football. Is it going to filter through the academy, the women's team? We need to just get a style of play. And then from the style of play, then you're going to know what players fit the style. Because at the moment, this player's a good player. Let's pick him. Oh, he doesn't suit our style of play. He's going to look crap because there's no real pattern. And there's no real relationship to that team.
Yeah, and that also means when you have that style of play and you have an identity of how you want to play football, your scouts need to then
looking for players.
Get rid of all your scouting network and bring in scout people or scouters that can scout players based on how you want to play. Because just because someone's a scout doesn't mean that, there's different variety of scouts, right? You got scouts that can scout players because they're very fast. You got scouts that can scout players for keeping the ball. So you have to get the best in class that's why it's so detailed. You have to get scouts in that, like I said, if you want to play possession based football, your scouts need to be very good at finding players that can meet or play possession based football. That's how it's going to work. Because if you have scouts that are very good at just finding, oh yeah, he's fast, or he can cross the ball, and then you bring him in because he can cross the ball, and then he comes in and you're trying to pass the ball around and he's looking like, when am I going to get to cross the ball? That's what's going on with Man United.
I've got a question.
Go on.
Based on this subject, so Jean-Claude, I'm just waiting for someone to say Jean-Claude Van Damme. I nearly did.
I nearly said this.
Jean-Claude
I have to get myself back.
Karate kick everyone. He'll karate
karate
kick
kick
lady.
Man City. So with Jean-Claude Van Blanc coming
Blanc.
in, yeah, Paul Mitchell, who powerhouses in their own right. As you say, best in class. We hope. Do you think they will keep Ten Hag for the foreseeable future? And if they do or they don't, why?
Who wants to go first?
It's hard to. That's $1 million question. No one really knows because we don't know what their vision is.
Don't they have to sit down the manager
the vision
to decide the vision?
The vision is
The vision comes from the owners. The vision comes from the owners.
Oh, please, them owners don't know anything.
Look, the vision is success for the next decade, right? Just set 5 years, 5-year plan, 10-year plan. It's going to be success in every single department. They want to become the best in Europe again.
Well, Vim, you know at Man City, they bought the players in for Pep before Pep even came to the club. That's what I'm trying to say. So they spotted the players they needed for Pep's style of play. They recruited them before Pep even came through the door. So it all depends whether they're going to go down that route.
Which is what they want to do in January. They don't want to give 200 million to Ten Hag. No. There's a report saying, you missed it because you subbed on late. There's a report saying they want to give 200 million. They want to spend 200 million on players.
We're not going to get that unless we sell.
No,
No,
I'm
they've
saying
said
they don't
already.
want Ten Hag to choose the players. They want to buy the players for the club.
No, but they've said to him already. We haven't got funds because we're very tight on.
I don't know what the budget is. I'm just saying they don't want to give the budget to Ten Hag. They want to
but
buy
his track
players for the
record-
club.
Wait,
His track record looks rubbish. Ten Hag. He's
Who?
bought-
Ten Hag?
look,
Well,
look,
yeah,
look.
that's right.
oh,
That's
Manutd.
another thing you
I
missed.
think that's good. It shows
Anyway,
that they haven't got faith in him.
Yeah, well, no, but this is what you said. They're buying players for the club like they did for City. So, it seems like the direction is already changing in the right
But
direction.
Are they buying players for a potential new manager? That's what we don't
No.
know.
Well, this is why I asked the question. Do you think Ten Hag is part of their plan? Yes or no, and why?
$1 million question. Who wants to take the next? Who wants to go again?
I'll go.
Go, Joe. Go, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, go.
Benz, are you still with us? Just check out if Benz is still there. All right, go, Joe.
Hey, I feel like for the foreseeable future, because this team is trying to stabilize, you have to back the manager. Because first of all, we're talking about him and the players he's brought in. Yo, I want you to understand. Look at all the people that he's brought in. I feel like Anthony is the only person that he's brought in as his primary target. Everybody else that he's brought in has been his secondary target. Martinez wasn't supposed to be on this team. Varane wasn't supposed to be on this team. Casemiro wasn't supposed to be on this team. Amrabat is not supposed to be on this team. All these guys were panic buys that he got right. So now we're getting on him because Casemiro's not playing great this season. Varane is injury prone. Anthony hasn't kicked off. Martinez is out. I mean, what do you want the guy to do? Do you think we would be in the same position if we had Frankie de Jong, the dude that went to Bayern Munich, and Timber?
Kim
Min-jae. Would we be? Do you think we'll be in the same position if we had those guys?
But Joe, it
If
shows
we
that
had Frankie de Jong in the midfield?
it shows he hasn't got the pulling power. A top manager, players will come for that manager regardless.
Listen.
No, but players are coming for
K, I think that's a bit harsh about
Players
players
are coming for Ten Hag though. No,
Did
players
you-
are coming for
one at a
Did you
time.
know what Martinez did to come to Man United? He gripped the guy. It wasn't the sporting director. I can't remember what guy. He physically gripped him up and said, "You're gonna give me this move." Like he did everything to get the move done.
Yeah, because
So
he wanted to
if-
play for
if-
Ten Hag.
Yeah, to play for Ten Hag. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you can.
But you
can
said he
try
didn't
and
have the pulling power. You said
Yeah.
Ten Hag don't
Eric
have the
Ten
pulling
Hag has
power.
the pulling power.
No.
He does.
Nah, yeah, I
Wait a
don't
minute,
think
He
he
does. He does.
Wait a minute.
He does. Casemiro won't be here if he didn't have the pulling power.
Casemiro
Ver-
because of the money. No one else is going to pay him that money. What was his
You know,
amount?
United are paying Casemiro more than he was earning at Real Madrid.
Every
Five-year
player,
deal.
every
You think he's
player
getting a
that's
five-year
playing at
deal that
United,
age?
every player that came to United from a previous club is earning more than what they were getting paid in their previous club. That's
Ben,
a given.
Casemiro at 30
Yeah.
got a 5-year deal on that salary.
Ouch.
No. See, but it's not Eric Ten Hag to give him that give him the wages. It's the club. Eric Ten Hag
you're
is
saying he came because of Ten Hag. He didn't come because of Ten Hag. He came because
Okay.
of Man United and the money.
okay.
Same
Well,
with Varane.
okay. So in my opinion, right? Yes, he came because the money was good, but at the same time, this is a player that has won Champions Leagues. He's won so many trophies.
Mm.
Why would he? I mean, yes, I'm gonna get a
Where else
payday,
is he gonna go?
but why would you jeopardize it? Come on, man. There are other clubs that would take him. I mean, it's
On
Casemiro.
that salary? No
Chelsea
way.
would have taken.
I mean, maybe not
Chelsea
for that
would've taken him.
salary.
Chelsea
Maybe not for that.
Chelsea
It's
gonna
just
do
like
that. We're gonna
One
do
at a
just
that.
like
time.
you.
One at a
It's
time.
just like if it's just like you, right? You have two
Yeah.
clubs. This club is very ambitious. They're winning trophies season after season. They won't offer me quite what I want to like get, but this other one is offering me the money that I like, right? But it's a top club, right? They won in the past, but man, I mean, maybe I could be part of that new story that got them back.
Do players
right?
really think
They're
like that
offering
these
me-
days?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
some
so.
of them do. Some of
Some
them do.
people
Some
like the bag.
some.
some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them do. But I will say this, right? Again, yeah, there weren't many people in for Casemiro. I don't know how many were
There
in
was
for
no one in for
Casemiro. I don't know how many were in for Casemiro, right? But if City was in for Casemiro, right? If City was in for Casemiro and they were offering him 50K less than that, he would have gone to City. Clear.
City
You
wouldn't have
agree,
offered
yeah.
Casemiro.
City
Okay,
won't
you know.
pay.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
I don't
City
think he
don't
came
buy
here just for the
30-year-old
salary.
players.
He went.
City
He
don't
came.
buy, but the Bems, City don't buy 30-year-old players.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying City would, but I'm just giving I'm saying as an example, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying City would do buy 30-year-old players. I'm looking at his experience, what he's done, right? If City offer was on the table with less money, he would have gone to City.
And
Clean.
Bems is right. What City would do as well, they're very more than happy to walk away from the deal. Look at Declan Rice, Maguire.
Because they're not,
They'll walk
desperate.
away.
We are.
Yeah,
We're
we're
that's
desperate.
you're
Yeah.
very
I mean,
That's why we
the
pay for
word
these
I don't want
players.
people
Desperate
like killing Ten Hag.
but
He
City
did okay his
walk
first
away.
Well,
season.
Bems, do you know how much we paid for Casemiro?
Now, see, okay,
It's like
I am
70
not
million
arguing.
euros.
Okay, that's not on. That's not ten. It's not Ten Hag
Do you
to
think,
give him
no, but I'm saying,
the
do you think City
contract.
would do that? Do you think City would pay that for Casemiro?
No, City won't. But that's not on Ten Hag. That's on the club, though.
I'm not
What
saying
I'm
it's on
talking
Ten Hag.
about, I'm talking about pool. I'm talking about manager pool. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I want you to come play for me. Ten Hag has that pool. So many players speak so highly of Eric Ten Hag. Look at Amrabat. He speaks so highly of Eric Ten Hag.
But
Look at
Amrabat's
Sabitzer.
not a top player.
Look at
Amrabat's not an
Sabitzer.
elite player.
Look at
He's not an
wait.
elite player.
Who are we a top club to get?
Guys, I
elite
think
players?
we're going down
No.
a rabbit hole, man.
Okay,
We're going down a rabbit hole here.
You gotta first you gotta understand that we're not on that level anymore. So stop comparing us to City. Quit comparing us to what we used to be before. We're not there.
Even Richard said a lot of those players that came to United, Ten Hag has got the same agents as a lot of those players. It's like Ollie all over again. Players are coming because they got similar agents.
KK, I think you're not being fair, man.
Let's
season,
roll back.
This wasn't the case his first season. It was almost like he got 90% of his signings spot on. Martinez was good. I mean, Malacia came out good. I mean, almost everything he touched was gold.
But no. Do you know what happened first season? His substitutions were almost spot on. That's the difference between last season and this season.
Do you know why? Why Eric Ten Hag is struggling right now? So you mean to tell me, Kay, right? With all the craziness that's going on behind the club, like the club is up for sale, they're trying to sell the club. There's no direction. And you expect Eric Ten Hag to take this team to be doing much better than what they're doing right now with all the rubbish that's going on behind the scenes.
What's the job of the manager? What's the job of the manager?
Oh man, you know what, Kay?
This is not getting anywhere.
Ain't getting nowhere.
No one's going to back down, guys. It's obvious. I know what your thoughts are. Bems will back Ten Hag until he's relegated, and probably Joe as well.
So let's go back to the question.
Hey, 1 second.
Vim asked. There was a question Vim asked, and Joe was in the middle of answering the question. Joe, did you finish your question? Vim, could you rephrase the question you asked?
So getting the best in class, quote unquote, in Jean-Claude Blanc and Paul Mitchell in the right posts, and something we've needed for a long time. Do you think Ten Hag could be as part of that plan? To be as a commercial and footballing success with a 5-10 year plan. Do you think he still plays a part? And if so, why? Or if he doesn't, why?
Go on, Kenneth.
I say he still.
Finish, Joe. Finish up.
I say yes, he still plays a part because 1, we ain't got the money. 2, we need to reset this team as far as get the balance sheet right. If we're going to be getting rid of the manager, we certainly need to get rid of a bunch of players before we do so. Let's get this guy a chance, man. He's on the second year of a 5-year contract?
Not even 2 years yet. It's a year and a half.
Bro,
4-year contract.
Give this guy a chance, man. He's been trying to run this team with his hand tied, just like the other managers have. Give this guy a chance. If they're serious, man, you don't reset it again, because you're just gonna bring in. If anything, what you do right with Ineos, right? They come in, they do as much dirty work as possible with the squad, right? While you're searching for your guy, right? When it's time, maybe in a year or two, in a season or two, you bring the new guy in with the type of players, Manchester United players, that you claim needs to be in this team, so that no matter who comes in, there's a certain style, there's a certain level of players that person can work with. Okay. But right now, don't sack the guy.
All right. Yeah, I don't understand what.
Benz,
Yeah, so-
Cannel,
Please,
quickly.
you got to give me a
Yeah.
chance to answer this question too, please.
No,
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
answer the
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
okay.
Go
Go
ahead.
on, Ken.
So we need to look at this development as a long-term appointment. It's a long-term thing. So for the long term, they won't come in and just start making immediate changes. So they'll come in and the Ten Hag will be safe, but they'll be looking at the long term to see, okay, what is Ten Hag's philosophy? What does he want to do? Can we support him? Now we've got some sort of stability now. To Bem's point, there's been things going on behind the scenes. Okay, we've got some stability now. How do you want to play your football? Tell us. He'll go, okay, possession, counter press, or transition football. That's the one. Thank you. And they'll go, okay, we've got some players that we can give you to, and then take it from there. What they can't do is just come in and get rid of the manager. So I think right now his job is safe because this is a 10-year plan. This is bringing in. If you bring in Paul Mitchell, you bring in Jean-Claude Blanc, as it's called. It's not a quick fix. It's a long-term, at least 5 years, plan to see how there has to be a transition period. If otherwise you don't want to get the fans against you from day one. If you imagine getting rid of ETH and bringing in someone else, tries to play a different brand of football and everything just goes belly up or pear-shaped, people be calling for their head. So you have to be smart. This is where you have to use wisdom.
Right, thank you. Bams, your turn. Go on.
Yeah, I don't understand why fans would be calling for Erik Ten Hag to be sacked. It just doesn't make any sense to me, honestly, just because we've been through how many managers? How many have we been through? And they've all ended up at the same position, sacked. You sack Erik Ten Hag, and then you got to redo it all over again. You got to buy the players that the new manager wants. You got to sell the players that the manager doesn't want, and the club is not willing to sell the manager to sell those players because they're assets to the club. I mean, it's a revolving cycle. Like Ten Hag wanted to sell Harry Maguire, couldn't sell him. Wanted to sell McTominay, couldn't sell him. Wants to sell Jadon Sancho, couldn't sell him. Wants to sell Martial, couldn't sell him. How many managers have been even, and this is not just with Erik Ten Hag, other managers have been in similar situations. How many managers, and they'll say, oh, Erik Ten Hag was being given so much money. How many players was he allowed to sell?
Bems,
How many players did he sell?
Bems, just quickly, do you think he's part of the 5 or 10-year plan with these new appointments? That's the question.
Okay. Well, I was gonna get to that too. But then I'm just trying to address some things.
Yeah, go on.
But so to get to that point, right? I don't know if he's gonna be the answer for the 5-10-year plan going forward. But I would say this: you have to evaluate the manager, right? With the new regime, you evaluate him and see if he fits your plan, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. If he fit Paul Mitchell, does Ten Hag fit your plan? Blanc, does Ten Hag fit your plan? I mean, this is a manager that has won stuff at Ajax. He has a CV. He did well the first season at United, so he's a good manager. So I would evaluate him. He's not. I mean, he's clearly not the problem. Clearly not the problem because whatever he did first season, it worked. So they should evaluate him, which I think they will. And then they're gonna see, okay, will this work? First season, second season. We're gonna put that structure behind him, and let's hope it works. I think it will work. But sacking Erik Ten Hag just from the get-go, who else are you gonna even
No, I don't think he should be sacked from the get-go,
Yeah.
but he should
So
be
all of you,
evaluated.
let me
He
quickly
should
go to Kay.
just a
Okay,
follow
Kay
question.
will close.
No,
Go
let
ahead.
him follow up. Let him follow up.
It was just
Go
a
ahead,
follow-up.
Bam.
Just in terms of evaluation, you should have some metrics, right? So
Yeah.
you say, right, well, you've got to achieve at least top 6 or top 4
Mm,
over the
mm.
next few
So
years
they'll
with
put
this
all that in
amount of
place for him.
investment.
Yes.
So put some metrics in place, and if you can't meet those metrics, then
I
reconsider.
told you,
Or
yeah, it's all that's all stuff that's gonna be part of
Taken
the
into
conversation behind the
consideration.
scenes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're
Let me
gonna
get
give him
from-
those
let me hear
give him
from
a
metrics.
Ken
fair
quickly.
chance. Give him a
Yeah.
fair chance.
Give him a fair chance, but I don't think he should be sacked.
So
Hell no.
since everybody agrees he shouldn't be gotten rid of just immediately, they have to
No,
put
no,
metrics
no,
for him
never
to
happen.
achieve.
They would-
So go on, Kay.
They would never sack him straight away. They would never sack him straight away because have they even got a replacement to replace him with? That's what people are thinking. They're just thinking sack, but You can't sack unless you're going to give someone an interim.
No,
And that would be
please
the
don't
if you
guarantee
sack
writing
him,
off the season.
it's
You're
gonna
writing
be
off the season
what's
if
his
you do
name?
that.
Fletcher. That's gonna be
McLaren.
your interim.
McLaren.
with
Or
Gareth
McLaren.
Southgate.
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate.
But yeah,
Oh,
anyway,
manager.
going back to it, like I said earlier, none of us know what the vision for the club is. Jim Ratcliffe's come in. He'll have the style of play he wants the club to be. He's taking charge of the sporting decisions. So if he says to Ten Hag, I don't want to be playing counter-attacking football, then obviously Ten Hag's not going to be there. So it all depends on what the vision is for the club.
There's no guarantee.
Go
Though,
on, what are you
that
going
Ten Hag
to say,
really
man?
there's no guarantee that Eric Ten Hag wants to play counter-attacking though. He might want to
But
play.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
if they come in and say we don't want to see that, and he can't change that, then he'll have to go.
I
That's
agree.
what I'm trying to say.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And people are forgetting it's easier to get rid of a manager than to get rid of 10 players.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
He's falling out. He's falling out with a lot of players. And again, Hoyland got injured. Who else got injured? Someone else got injured this week as well.
Onana and Rashford.
He
No,
overplayed
no.
Martinez. He
The
overplayed him.
injury record's becoming a joke. Like, and that shows to me it's all muscle injuries. That means that the load is overplaying players. Or
It's because
overtraining
he didn't trust the squad players, the players on the bench to do the job for him. That's why if he had the squad, right? That if the club gave him the squad, the quality squad that he needed, he wouldn't be putting so much load on Martinez, on Casemiro, on whoever.
Look at Tottenham. Look at Chelsea. They brought in new players. They're not elite, but they're still playing good football and still trying to score goals. We can't score goals. Man United, we can't score goals. That's shocking.
I agree, but no manager will be able to play good football at this club when you have mix and match of
No
Mourinho,
manager.
Van Gaal. No, it's true. You have Mourinho, Van Gaal.
All right, guys.
You don't have structure behind the manager. You're not going to be able to play good football when you don't have structure. You don't have structure behind the manager.
Well, Ben, we're going back to the era of the.
We're going back to
clean slate with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So we can't say it's going to be the same because it's completely different.
The same. Yeah, no, but right now, as we speak, you can't see good football. Now, in a year, under Sir Jim Ratcliffe with a new structure and everything, a year and a half to 2 years, if you're not seeing good football, then you can sack him.
That's 2 seasons to play good football. That's a shambles.
Come on, man.
Just because
Ange, wait, just because you're comparing it with Ange from Spurs that has a structure behind him, he can do all that stuff. You can't.
Guys, you guys are going to go at this for the next few hours, man. Let's move on. Next question. Next question. Come on.
We're in the questions.
It's good though. I like it.
We're in the question time area. So who's gonna take one last? Who's gonna ask the question now? Who wants to ask the question? Vim has asked one.
Do you think we'll get top 4? Does anyone think we'll get top 4?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Maybe
I'm gonna step in here.
I would say that question. Let me answer the question.
Mr. Fortress. We'll have to. No, Tim, go on after you.
Okay, I think from what Kay said, if United can make top 4, it's doable. So. It is doable. The reason I say this because top 4 is not going to be based. This season is not going to be based on the quality of football you're playing.
Yes.
How many points you could achieve.
Yeah, but do you think we're going to do that?
I think United could. Hold on.
Come on, Tim.
Hold on.
This question.
Hold on.
Chill. I know you always want us to be pumped, but chill.
Ben, can the host answer one question, please?
My bad.
So I think with only 12 games played, and United are just grinding out results 1-0, 3 points, 1-0, 3 points. Every team around United has scored 20 plus goals. United have only scored 13, but they are on 6th position. That says the way this season is panning out. City have never lost this many games so early in the season. This season is going to take so many twists and turns. So United are still on par to be in top 4. Spurs were on a roll. They just lost 2 in a row. See how it just changed so quick. Chelsea started to pick up points. It can change. No one expected City to be losing points so early. They've been beaten. They've already lost 2-3 games.
At the start of the season, did you expect Tottenham to be in the top 4? No one expected them to be in the top 4.
But you see, the season. That's what I'm saying. The season is changing. They're overachieving. But anything could happen to it. So I would say, let's get to the halfway mark. Say game 19. then
know
you can
what?
see a clearer picture. But for
I
now,
think these past few
United are
wins
still
are
in top
giving you
four.
false hope. I think these past few wins are giving you false
Tim,
hope. That's what it is.
We're
That's
on,
what happens.
we're on -3 goal difference.
I know that.
-3.
Okay, let me
But
Mr.
we're
Fortress
on
there
come
is
in.
-3,
no-
right?
Let
We're on
Mr.
-3, but
Fortress
we're
come
still
in and
sixth.
give
You
you
see the
guys
way
some
we
hope.
play. You see the way we
Guys,
play.
okay.
We're still on
I
sixth
told
Still more
position.
than we've scored.
yeah, let
We
me
scored, but
let
we're
me
still
let me
in
just come
sixth.
in. Let me come in.
We're still in
Let me
sixth.
come in. Tim,
Okay.
Tim is 100% right. Tim is 100% right. Where for all, remember when the season started, everyone's like, "Oh, look at Brighton! Look at Brighton! Brighton, you know, they play good football. They're
Exactly
below
my
us
point.
now. They're below us now. Let
Yeah,
that
but they're
sink
in
in.
Euro. They're in Europa
And
League.
look at it. I know, but
And what are we?
exactly.
We're Champions League, which is a
Champions
harder
League.
Yeah, but
competition.
we're used to being in that.
Yeah,
Brighton
no,
have
no,
never
not
been
anymore.
there.
No. Okay, not anymore. We used to. That's why we're getting pumped
No,
week
but
left, right,
Tim, I
center
mean,
because
we're
we
used to
don't have.
playing twice a week.
They've got a smaller squad as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're used
much
to play
smaller
twice
squad.
a week. Brighton have never done that before, so it was always going to affect them.
True, that's true. That's true. But let me finish. Just hear me out. Yeah, like Tim said, we're not halfway through yet, and I think Ten Hag has realized something. I don't know if you guys have realized that he's realized something. At the start of the season, he was trying to play this transition football.
It ain't happening
He
anymore.
persisted, and he got to a point where he thought, you know what, this is not going to work. Now he's gone back to what he was doing last season, which is win by hook or crook. It doesn't
3
matter.
points,
Let's
we
just
move it
win,
on.
and then we move. And that is very dangerous. If Ten Hag keeps doing that like he did last season, he's a very dangerous man. I'm telling you now. He's a very dangerous man
Dangerous
because
is
he
in
would
a
do
good way.
absolutely anything to win the game. Will do, play rubbish football, get a score, and then everyone bring
points.
on defenders, 3 points, and then we move on. We're only 7 points behind City, guys. I'm
7
not saying
after how bad we played.
Yeah.
You think
we're
of
only
that.
look
That's
at
what I
Man
said.
City.
No,
Look,
but you
Look
can't.
at
You
the
can't.
teams we
City are top
played.
of the league.
Look
And
at the
look at
teams
the
we
teams we
played.
play.
That's what
Look
you're
at the teams we
forgetting.
play.
I know. But
Look.
But
Let
we
me,
played, we
Babs,
played
you're gonna
Spurs,
talk.
we played
Yeah.
Arsenal, we played
Yeah.
City.
We
We've
play,
only played.
if we play Liverpool, we'll get
No,
pumped.
but the
That's
teams we're beating.
100%. We'll get pumped if we play City, but if we play Liverpool, we'll get embarrassed. But that's 3 points, guys.
Yeah,
That's
but
only 3 points. It's not like it's 15 points. And
Yeah.
like Tim said,
That's
all
what
the
I'm
other
saying.
teams will drop points.
Either
No,
way,
no,
this
but
season is going to be
look,
so
look,
different.
look
It'll
at the
be
teams
telling
we
you guys.
play.
Like that,
Look at the teams we play. Look at the teams we played, and we struggled to get the points
That's
against
because
those
we were
teams.
trying to play
We were
transition.
playing. We were trash, man.
Yeah, but we were still trying to play transition football with Mason Mount and Bruno as 2 10s.
Well, Mount
Eric
hasn't
Ten
been
Hag
playing
has
the past few
realized that
games, though.
it's not working. He
I know,
tried
but
to play Bruno. He tried to play Bruno on the right. He's realized that that's not going to work. So what's happened now? Bruno's back in the number 10 position, and we're doing okay. So he's gone back to what we're doing last season. And don't forget, injuries. People are starting. Will be coming back after Christmas.
No. The way, see, look, the way we look. The way I'm looking at it is right. I look
So
at the
are
way
you
we
answering?
play.
Are you answering
Don't
Kay's question?
No, I'm on K's side. We're not
Okay.
gonna make top 4.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
based on the way we play, based on what I see United I look at the past games we played, we struggled to get points against
everyone can
Brentford.
see we are
We
struggling.
struggled to get
Ben,
points
look at
against Fulham.
Newcastle. Look at
We
Newcastle. They're
struggled.
still they're
Newcastle
below us.
I've just hit injury.
Okay. The same Newcastle
Newcastle
that
did injuries now.
destroyed us.
Look at
Destroyed us in the
Newcastle's
FA
injury
Cup.
list now. See where they are.
Destroyed.
They're
I know,
still
but
beating. They're
did
still
you see
beating
what they did
teams.
to us? You see what they did to us in the FA Cup?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've
How
now
can United-
turned the corner. We're
Wait,
playing
Ken,
winning football now, not
Ken. How
transition
can we
football.
How can we play a game
Mhm.
where our center forward scores 2 goals,
And still lose.
and we still lose?
I know.
And he's not scored in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I
That's
know.
not
exactly.
a
Let me
scored
answer
in the
that question.
Premier
Let me
League.
answer that question. The reason that's happening is because the set of players we have now are
Cannot
not used to
create.
playing Champions League football. This is why I said in the last week, when Rich was saying,
Bruno?
"Oh, I don't want us to qualify for Champions League." I said that's a big fail because we have to be playing Champions League football every season to build up that experience. We're going off what
Bruno's
we've
played
done
the
in the
Champions
past.
League. Radford's
but-
played the Champions League.
Yeah,
Casemiro's
but
played the
the
Champions
football
League.
failed.
Champions League.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
not
keep
for Man
going.
United. Anthony
Evans
played
has
Champions
played in
League.
Champions League.
Martinez has played Champions League.
Martinez played Champions League.
Onana's played
Luke Shaw's
Champions
No,
played
no,
League.
but
Champions
not
League.
at
Okay.
Manchester
Let's
United.
let me get
Not
quick.
at
Let
Man
me
United,
get
they have
The
Vim
only
to
player that
answer.
ain't really played in the Champions League is probably Garnacho.
Let me ask Vim. Let me get Vim. Vim, United make it top 4. As it is,
This
we're only
season-
week 12. We're only week 12.
No, this season I don't think so. I think this season is a write-off.
Of course.
King.
I don't know how you see
No,
top
but
four.
just
7 points below. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
writing off the season. Okay.
Oh, it's a
All right.
third of the season.
I mean,
We
I
played a
think
third
we're
of
all
the
in
season.
agreement that we've gone backwards this season.
Okay.
I'm sure we are all in
we can
agreement,
see
right?
that. We can see
Top
that.
four, man. Come
Yeah.
on, Liverpool. You got City, you got
really,
Arsenal.
But I
we
would
are
like to see
Spurs.
us in as many competitions as
thinking.
possible
We
to
only
get
got two left now. We're
experience.
literally
Yeah.
on our way out of a third tournament.
Guys, just no. That we won't get
Let
a cup this
Vim
season.
Bems.
Ain't no cup.
Bems, you've had your turn. Let Vim talk, please.
You gotta start the
Let-
Bem
let
show.
me-
Sorry, Vim.
let
Sorry,
me go-
Vim. Sorry,
let me
Vim.
go-
My bad,
let
my
me-
bad, my bad, Vim.
You gotta start the Bem
let
show.
me go Nigeria. Let me go Nigeria.
No, I apologize,
Bems,
Vim.
Oga,
Bem-
Oga,
Bems
Vim,
Oga,
go ahead,
and
Oga,
rants.
I beg you.
Bems
Vim,
and
go ahead.
rants.
That's right. Your numbers up.
Yeah,
numbers up.
yeah. All right,
Bems,
yeah,
your
that's
numbers
true.
Next
I
week I'm
agree.
coming for yellow and red card. So be ready.
You have
I'm
to start
sorry,
them
I'm
off.
sorry.
So
Sometimes.
So Vim, you said
Vim, go ahead.
no
Go
way.
ahead, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. No chance. No chance. We've gone backwards. We all know it. But
Okay.
I just feel that we should stay in as many tournaments as possible, which is unlikely because we've got to play these players and get the experience that we need,
Right.
for the project from next year onwards.
Right.
So I think damage limitation for the rest of the season, don't get relegated, stay in the top 10 and just prepare for next season and get the right people in.
Right.
Top to
Okay.
bottom, get the right people in.
All right, Joe, you're next. Top four. You're taking the last. You're the last person on that question.
I don't know if we you guys have been watching us play, man.
It's abysmal. It's boring. It's horrible. There's still six.
There's no
Thinking
way.
in the toilet.
Yeah, listen. This would be like the Invincibles, but like the stinkiest. Like, there's no possible way we can win these many garbage games in an entire. We would have had to perfect the art of winning ugly in order for us to win, get into top four. To be honest, we do not need to be in the top four. We don't need anybody that we're gonna need to try to pay $100 million for. We need to dump the bad wages that we have now and strengthen the squad with two teams. We need two teams before we start looking at the Champions League or the extra trophies. To be honest, there was nothing about this team, both physically, tactically, or especially mentally, that tells me that they got any business anywhere near the top four.
Wow, that's done. Thank you, Joe. Well, I cannot say more than that. I mean,
Jordan Sweet.
But Tommy is our top goal scorer in the Premier League. No chance of getting top four. No chance.
Okay, like I said, game 19, we will come and analyze where United are. If United are even closer to the top, you're gonna send me £50. I'm gonna send you my account. All right.
We have Leicester City's 2018 center back pairing. No way we're making top four.
Hey, I agree.
Ed, where do you think we'll end up? Predictions. Where do you think we'll end up? End of the season.
I say maybe 6, 7. 6, 7. Yeah.
Everyone else?
No,
I'm going with 4.
I refuse to. I refuse to answer.
I'm going with.
You can.
7.
I decline to answer.
I'm going with 7. I'm going with.
So
My
Giggs,
answer is
who are you putting in there, Giggs? City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then United.
Yeah, I'm going with City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and United. Yeah, because Spurs.
Chelsea
will
are
Spurs.
below us.
Spurs are gone. I'm telling you now, Spurs are gone. Watch mark my words.
They're done.
Chelsea and Newcastle. You think Chelsea and Newcastle are both?
Newcastle are gone because of Champions League. Champions League is going to hurt them. Chelsea I think Chelsea will finish.
Newcastle's going to fall out of the Champions League very soon, so they'll focus on the league.
Yeah, but the momentum.
They might end up in Europa.
Yeah,
we'll be in the Europa
We are
as
going
well.
straight out of Europe altogether.
Yeah, but
we're
we've
going
got
straight
experience
out.
in playing Europa. They haven't. That's yeah.
We're going to get kicked out of Europa anyway. So
100%.
Even if we fall there,
Europe.
We'll meet Liverpool and Liverpool will stroke us.
Exactly.
They'll pump us. Anything
in
European football,
Europa
we're not
League
very
and
good.
in the league.
I think we'll do what we always do with Europa. We'll stick around that tournament. We'll stick around that fucking tournament just long enough for it to hurt us as much as possible in the Prem. That's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna stick around that shitty league that nobody wants to be involved with, and nobody wants to hear that stupid theme song. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
How's it go?
It's embarrassing that we're talking about it. Man
You know
United,
what?
and we're talking about Europa League. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah,
it's
Tim, should we
you know,
talk about
it's
this is the club we love.
it's
Tim, should we
alternative.
talk about-
Oh, that's a good point. But it's alternative viewing to Netflix, right? So we get something to watch on Thursday nights.
Yeah, true.
I know,
Tim,
man.
should we talk about
But yeah,
next
Everton,
game, Saturday's
deduction.
game, Everton? Yeah. The
Quickly
10 point.
predicted. That's our last question. Before we shut today, Everton game is on Saturday away at Goodison Park. Can United go there, sting the place up, leave there with 3 points? Vim, go.
No, we cannot. But you know, there's a bigger subject here with the 10-point deduction. City and Chelsea are quite worried now because this is almost setting a precedent in the Premier League, which is an indicator for these bigger clubs that, look, we're coming after you now. We've given this 10-point deduction. I think they're quite scared. And there are some commentators talking about City becoming relegated with the number of charges
That
they've
would be
got.
great. Arsenal going to win
That would
the
be
league twice
great.
with them.
But imagine, I mean, someone took it even further, said that they should have everything taken off them for the past 10
Ouch.
years
Like what they
because
did
of
to
these
Juventus.
financial. Yeah, so basically, that's the whole trophy cabinet gone.
Ouch.
Imagine that.
Ouch.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Everton, I don't know, it's a difficult one because they're a wounded animal, right?
Yes.
But they know they've got to claw back on those points, and we're certainly a team that can give them those points. You know,
So you are predicting a win, loss, or draw?
is it home or away?
It's away, Goodison Park.
Goodison.
Away.
You know, wounded animals, what do?
They're fine.
On form.
They bite. I think it's going to be a tough game. Points. Well, I think 1 point or
You said draw.
three to all of them. I don't know. It's difficult to call it, man. It's unpredictable with our team.
Joe. Goodison Park.
Well, I think we're gonna lose that game
You think you lose?
because this team, they're a bit on form. They're gonna feel like underdogs now. Now it's a fight. Now every single game they play from now on, they are going to be rabid dogs. Now, at the very best, we'll probably be able to pull a draw because we are Moment of Brilliance FC. But I don't see us getting 3 points out of that game.
All right.
Goodison Park is going to be a madhouse.
Ken. Goodison Park.
I'm very, very worried about this game. They're wounded animals, you know. Yeah, they've basically got this mentality now that it's the world against them.
Yeah.
So
And
they'll
we are
come
the
out,
first arrivals on
yeah,
that.
thinking, yeah, and you know how United are. When teams come at us with aggression, with passion, we fold, and it becomes pumping, like Bems would say. So I don't know. I just want us to win. I don't know if we're gonna do it, but it'll be very, very hard. I'll just
Okay.
say, you know what? 2-1 United. 2-1 United.
The press
All
say
right,
we're
right.
the press say we're an informed club, don't they? The press say we're
Yeah,
an
we are
informed
the
club.
most informed club currently. 4
Which
wins out
is-
of 5. It is ridiculous.
Yes.
But this is why I said
Yeah.
this season is gonna be. I'm gonna use the word NC. No comment. Okay, answer. Let's go. Everton, Goodison Park.
Yeah, we're gonna stink at Goodison. We always struggle there. It's a tough place to go and win. I think we haven't won much there in the last like
4
5, 10
years.
years.
Yep.
So and it's after international break, which means for me that's a bad thing. I think. I know everyone's saying we're the most informed team. I think if we would have played before international, because Rashford came off with a knock as well, didn't he? Apparently?
Yep. Collision with what's Arnold?
That's a
Yeah,
good
so
thing.
I don't know.
That's a bit harsh.
I can't see us winning there. I think
Wow.
the best we can get to draw, but
Draw.
yeah, I'm not convinced we'll go there and win.
All right.
That'll be-
The controversial will close us out. Bems, Goodison Park, Man United, informed team, according to EPL stats, going to Goodison Park, who have just been wounded. Where are you standing on this one, mate?
What do you guys think my prediction would be?
I don't know. I want to hear from you.
Pumping.
So
Yeah,
everyone, just
pumping.
let's all be
Okay.
quiet. Let's all be quiet.
Well,
Shh.
I mean, based on what you know about me, you know I'm gonna say we're not gonna win that game. We're gonna get, yeah, we're gonna lose.
We're gonna get pumped.
Yeah, and maybe not pumped. I don't know about pumped. Pumping is when we lose like 4 goals, 5 goals. That's That's good. That's good at pumping. That's what the cities and Liverpool do to us. I think we're gonna lose. I agree with Kay. We don't really do well at. We've not done well at Goodison Park lately. With all what's going on, Everton they're gonna be pumped up for that game. We normally don't perform well straight after international break, so that's bad against us. All the signs are pointing toward, and when it's either we lose or win this season. We've not really drawn. I don't know if we've drawn a game yet in the Premier League. It's either we win or lose.
We haven't. No.
So because we're not playing well and we're not convincingly winning games, and we're playing against a team that's gonna play hard, where we struggle, based on the equation, equates to a loss. Easy equation.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure on this great
Tim,
debate we had
one last
today. Mhm.
Tim, one last thing. Nana, is he injured? I heard he was injured. Is that true?
Abdominal muscle injury. Yes, he came off.
He won't be able to play that game.
They said they're still doing monitors. They said they'll have a clear indication by Tuesday if he'll be able to play on Saturday.
If you put that new kid in at Everton, we're getting pumped.
Outside.
The pressure's on Goodington, and you've never played a Premier League game.
No, but that guy's good though. Trust me, he's very good in the air.
know,
Have you seen him play? No, he's good. He's good. He's very good.
A debut at Goodison, that's going to be embarrassing.
Nah, he's good, man. He's good.
All right,
He'll be
gentlemen,
all right.
it's been an absolute pleasure on this dramatic day. We talked about the debate. I want to thank the UK crew, Bim, Ken, and Kay. Thank you very much for joining us, and the US crew, Joe and Controversial. And thank you very much. You have a great week. We catch you up, and we look forward to more Ineos announcements and more changes coming up this week. Gentlemen, glory.
We get it.
Hey, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Thank you very much,
guys.
guys.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
What's Thanksgiving?
That would be a video for another day.
Thanksgiving is when we eat turkey and then United get pumped.
Don't even go there.
It's just another. Hey, it's just another day when Britons eat potatoes. I guess. I don't know.
No, you did not go there. Joe, I'm coming for you. You take it easy.